Hello, friend, and welcome to the 10-Minute Mind Shift Podcast. I'm your host, Janet Cagle, certified life coach, business strategist, and lover of all things related to up-leveling my life and yours. My goal is to help you experience a mind shift that gets you one step closer to your goals, whatever they are. My goal is not to keep you wrapped up in self-help all day, just 10 minutes. And who doesn't have 10 minutes, right? Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the 10-Minute Mind Shift Podcast. First of all, can I just say thank you to all of you for all of the love and the comments and the reviews and the messages. I am inspired by your love for me, by your outpouring of love for me. And can I ask you to just keep it up? Because this might help us make the new and noteworthy list. I think that's a thing on podcast or on Apple. I think it is. I don't know, but I think it is. Somebody can maybe let me know. Anyway, if you love this podcast, let me know by taking a minute and leaving a review. This is episode 3, but it's the first of a 3-part series that I'm going to do about creating more time. I love teaching people how to create a life of balance and abundance, and nowhere does the scarcity mindset show up so prevalent than when we talk about time. Money too, for sure, but time, it really shows up when we talk about time. So the next 3 episodes will be all about time, creating more time, finding the energy suckers about time, actually managing your time, all the things. I do have some money episodes coming up too, so keep tuning in. So tell me if these thoughts sound familiar. I wish I had more time. So much to do and no time. I wish we could stay longer. I wish we didn't have to leave so soon. The night was so short. I didn't get enough sleep. I'd love to, but I don't have enough time. This was such a long day. Our human brains are wired to think in terms of not having enough of things. Food, money, respect, appreciation, and for sure, time. We wake up thinking we didn't get enough sleep the night before, and then our thoughts go to all the things we need to get done today, and we start feeling the lack of time creep into our being. It follows us around all day. When you think the thought, I don't have time for this, normally it's on the heels of rushing to get something done, and then we do something else to cause a snowball effect of 10 more things to do. This actually happened to me recently. I was rushing to get the dogs walked so I could get back in front of the computer, and one of the dogs was moving really slow that day, and in an effort to speed him up, his tail wagged and it knocked over the trash, which had 5 days of vacuumed up dog hair in it. The trash went flying and the dog hair flew everywhere. So my thinking that I didn't have enough time created the result of more to do, and that created the result of less time available to me. The feeling of insufficiency of time affects every area of our lives. The goals we don't pursue because we don't have time, the degree or the certification we don't complete because we don't have time, the workouts we skip because we don't have time, the meal planning and meal prepping that we feel like take way too much time in order to reach our goal. The feeling of insufficiency of time shows up in how we show up at work too. Rushing through meetings with our hair on fire. I know you've seen this person. Maybe you've been this person. It sounds like gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Busy, busy, busy. We actually create the essence of busy so no one asks us to do anything because we feel like we don't have time. It shows up in other areas too, like relaxing and enjoying your life. There's just not enough time. It shows up when you think about making people you love a priority. I wish there was more time. It shows up when you think about the weekend. The weekend is never long enough. I remember going to visit relatives, and as soon as we would arrive, they would say, I wish you could stay longer, as if a week wasn't enough. And in the end, a week was always enough. One of the most limiting beliefs that you can have is that there's not enough time. The most empowering thought that you can think for your life is that there's enough of everything, even time. Now, I know technically we can't create more than 24 hours in a day before the day starts over. But when we manage our thoughts around time, we create an entirely different relationship with time, and we actually expand time. And when you expand time, or when you expand your relationship with time, we actually expand the time that you do have. The relationship that we have with time determines how much we value time. And when we don't value time, just like when we don't value money, we're not a good steward of our time. When we don't value time, just like when we don't value money, it slips through our fingers. When we don't value time, just like money, we spend it and have nothing to show. Your relationship with anything is just your thoughts about it. Your relationship with money is your thoughts about money. Your relationship with your boss and your coworkers are your thoughts about them. Now, I get it that they can be influential in framing the train of thought, but in the end, it's still your thoughts about them that create your relationship with them. Your relationship with time is your thoughts about time. Now, I don't mind admitting that I have not always been good with my time. There were times that I thought about not getting things done, and it made me feel like I didn't have enough time. I was overwhelmed and anxious and worried about deadlines a lot. I was not in a good space with time. I started my mind management and time management journey over 25 years ago. I was tired of feeling overwhelmed. I hated the frantic, busy persona I saw in others, and I suspected was growing in me. I wanted to stop putting things off until the last minute. I wanted to feel better about time. I felt like I was always running behind or getting so close to deadlines for comfort, and I always carried the thought that I had too many irons in the fire. I wanted to be productive and have free time. I wanted to unwind, have time to regenerate, time to just be, and I also wanted to get stuff done. I wanted to feel accomplished and recharged. I felt like the weekends were just a race to get here, to get there, to get this done, get that done, and then run over there and, oh yeah, we said yes to this, so that means we have to do this, and on and on and on. And before I knew it, the weekend was gone. There was no re-energizing. There was no reading, no growing, no learning, no relaxing, no experiencing anything. I was barely keeping up. And keeping up with what? I had no idea. Does any of this sound familiar? That's what started my quest for the answer to this question. How can I get more done in less time and enjoy some downtime? The first thing I had to do was to understand my relationship with time. Now it's time to answer these questions for you, and the answers will determine your relationship with time. So this week, ask yourself these questions. What are your thoughts about time that you notice? How do you talk about time? Do you find yourself thinking or saying there's never enough time? Do others honor your time, or do they take your time? Do you wish you were doing something different with your time? When does time go fast? When does time go slow? What would you do if you could create more time? How often do you think or say, I don't have enough time? How do you feel when you're against the deadline? How do you feel when you have plenty of time? One of the biggest shifts that you can make this week is to just stop thinking that you don't have enough time. Take a thought fast from thinking you don't have enough time. The more that you exercise thoughts of sufficiency around time, you will actually expand the time that you do have, and you'll experience the fullness and enoughness of time. You slept long enough, my friend. However long it was enough. A few days with friends is plenty. Enjoy every moment that you have with them and experience them from a place of enough. You have enough time. That's a wrap of the 10-Minute Mind Shift podcast. I hope that you were able to experience your own mind shift today. Listen, if you're ready to take this work to the next level, I highly recommend Life by Design Academy. It's my one-on-one coaching program that offers you a transformation at the speed of life.